Hello everyone. I will be starting videos on rewiring my antique fans. I'm going to start off with my Emerson here. This is a Emerson 29646. They made this model for several years. I believe this one to be from the early 1930s. And what's cool about this fan is it has a sticker on the base right here. Not sure if y'all can see it, but I'm going to splice in a picture. The sticker says, "Property of Mississippi State College Central Administration Office's President." So this fan was originally at Mississippi State College in the early 1930s when this was new. So this fan has some pretty cool Mississippi history, and I will not be restoring this fan as far as painting, because I love the way this fan looks. It has a beautiful patina. I will be cleaning off all the dirt because it does have quite a bit of dirt in the, on this surface, and blades are dusty because we just use it. But I'm going to start off with the disassembly. Going to take the cage off, and then the handle, the oscillation gears, everything. And when I'm going back together with it, I was able to get some cloth covered wire. This is some, I believe this is some rayon covered wire that I got on eBay, and a replacement plug. This is a new replacement. This is not a new old stock replacement. My other fan that I have over here on the other side still has an original plug like this, and you can see it matches very closely. It's not exact, but it matches very closely, and it's safer because the wires are not exposed. This is original. The wires are exposed on the bottom. This is new, safer, that has the wires closed in here. And there's a lot of space in there, and the new one has space in here too. So I'm not worried about that space because I'm gonna have everything tight, very solid connection, so I don't have to worry about that. But wanted to show y'all it operating first. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Wanted to show y'all this fan operating. This is an oscillating fan. What's cool about this one is that it has an adjustable oscillation sweep. Depending on where, there's a little dial at the back of the fan, right here. You turn it, and the arm right there, if you watch it, depending on where it is depending on how wide the oscillation sweep is. And you pull this out right here, and you can rotate the oscillation sweep to different angles, which is very awesome. And this fan actually has an oil cup at the top right here, or not a cup, it just has an oiling port. It's like it's a spring-loaded door. And some of these older fans have an oil cup underneath the blade right here at the front. This one doesn't, but most of my other ones do. But let's get to taking this cage off. I'll be keeping all my hardware in this little tin back here. Oh, forgot. Let me show y'all it working. This is low speed. Love the way these older fans sound when they're actually winding up. That's low. That's middle. And that's high. And the oscillation sweep. This fan actually has a very fast oscillation sweep when it's on high. Still runs beautifully, but we use it all the time in the summer months, and it still has the original head wire, which is going over 80 years old now. So I don't really feel I'm getting kind of worried about it. Like I said, it's been working fine. I haven't had any issues out of it. But I figured since I'm trusting it more, I want to rewire with new wire that I don't have to worry about. But let's get to taking it apart. And if what's cool about these antique fans is that back when these were new, the cages were not to keep fingers out and to keep hands out. The cages on these fans were, the cage's sole purpose was to protect the blades. It's not like these newer fans where you can't even stick a pinky in there. I would pick an antique fan over a new fan any day. Especially one I got in the living room. We're going to get to that one eventually. Alright, there's that. And 4. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to get everything clean later. Now these, some of these blades are actually screwed on to the shaft. And what I have had this apart before, and what I did before, the rotor inside of here has holes all along the center. Now what I've done in the past, if I can get my flashlight out, not sure where my flashlight is, but let me see if I can reach in here. Got to find out exactly where it is, and I can actually, I don't know where it is. Let me go ahead and get these oscillation gears off. On this oscillation arm, some of these fans, I think GE is one of them, that these screws will actually be left-hand thread. So if you're taking your old fan apart, be careful that this oscillation screw is not left-hand thread. That's off. Get that. And I did service this fan when I first brought it home. I took it apart, cleaned all the old crusty grease out of the oscillation gearbox, and was able to get it all cleaned up. And there it is. Here's the oscillation gears. Might need to put some fresh grease in there, but it's fine. Set that right there. Now that one's actually got looks like it's got a couple. Yeah, there is a couple of fiber washers on here. I'm going to try to take this off as an assembly so I don't have to remember what order they are. There are some fiber washers on here, so be very careful with them. If you break them, you're going to have to find somewhere to actually get some new ones. All right. Now let's see if I can get. I know there's a way to get these blades off. I just don't remember at the moment. See if I can. Trying to find somewhere to. I know there's holes in here. I just got to find them, and I think I just found them. No, I didn't. Thought I found it. It's been a while since I've taken this apart. I know I've had these blades off before. I just don't quite remember how to get them back off. Let me just see if I can finish getting this off. I'm doing is holding the rotor still. Okay, I was actually making progress before. I'm holding the rotor still and rotating the blades. They'll eventually come right off. And I'm going to set that aside. There's the front cover in case you wanted to see it. Like I said before, all this stuff is going to be cleaned. I haven't actually taken this part off before, but I believe that's actually threaded. And I will have to take this, and I do have some electrical cleaner spray that I will be cleaning all this stuff with. Let's see if I can't. Oh, beautiful. It's just a little cap nut right there at the end. There's some more fiber washers in here. Once again, be very careful with those. And there's the rotor. It's dirty, very dirty. Needs to be cleaned. But there it is. Set that aside. I might have to go grab some vice grips to finish getting the stator out. I need to unscrew these. I believe those are studs. Just to be sure, let me go ahead and get this handle off. There we go. This fan was kept, I believe this fan was kept indoors most of its life. So the hardware is not really too bad to get off. But if you have a fan that has been outside or is really rusty, you're going to have a hard time getting it taken apart. But let me go grab some pliers, and I'll see if I can't loosen up those screws for the stator. All right. I know I'm going to have to take this stator out to get to the wire in the back. Actually got a lot of dust in here. Alright, I'm going to stop this real quick so I can figure out how to get these studs out, and I'll be right back. Alright, what I've done is put one of the smaller nuts back on here. Then taken one of the nuts that were on the front on, and then tightened it on, make it like a jam nut. Then that allowed me to loosen up the studs. And there's one. I got this one started. There's two. That one did not cooperate the first time. Let me tighten that a little bit more. Okay, that one's one to be a little stubborn. I might have to try something else on that one. Go. There's 3, and I still got to get that one. So well, I'm going to stop this again so I can figure out a way to safely get that out. Alright, what I had to do was go get some vice grips and break the tension. Once I broke the tension, it comes right out. And I'm going to put this nut on here to keep track of it. Keep track of where everything goes. Alright, let's see if the stator comes out. Probably going to have to get a little punch. Let me just see. Yeah. I'm going to have to get a little punch to go in from the back. Find a safe spot that I can hit it at. I'm going to have to get this out so I can rewire. Tell you what, I'm going to stop this again so I can figure out a way to safely get this stator out. Alright, I got the stator out. What I had to do, because a lot of these stators are actually pressed into the housings, I actually had to get my flathead and go around and gently move it out a little bit at a time, because the lamination is actually metal. I just had to be very careful and just move it little bit at a time all the way around, because I didn't have access to actually hit that edge right there from the back side. This was the only way I had to get it out, and I got it out. And there's the stator. It needs to be cleaned very thoroughly, and it will be cleaned very thoroughly before I put it back together. But there's the wires in here. Looks like that is actually a 3. That is 3 wires. Huh. Okay. I thought it was 2, but I'm glad I got 3. But there it is. There's the disassembly of the head. Now to lay it down. Sorry, because I don't want to cut this yet. I need to lay it down now and take the base apart. Alright, let's see what's down here. That is flathead. Let's see if I can get it with that one. No. It's a small one. There's one. There you can see it. And 2. There's the base. I'm probably gonna paint in here since you can see it a little bit. Probably just scuff it up a little bit and hit it with some black paint. And if all else fails, when you don't know when you're not sure how to put it back together, take a lot of pictures when you're taking it apart. I have this on video so I can go back to look at it. But there's that. That is bigger than 5/16. There it is. The off and on switch on this thing is very simple. forgot to unplug it. I saw some sparks. Always remember to unplug it. I did not shock myself, but always remember to unplug it. I did not make sure it was unplugged. Here's the plug right here. It is unplugged now. I was not safe with that. I did not double check. I'm just glad I didn't shock myself on camera. I'm going to see if I can't find something better, but whoever replaced this cord going to the wall just replaced it and took out the original grommet and just used electrical tape to hold in the cord. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to find something better looking. There's the original cord. That is actually still in good shape because it was probably replaced sometime in the 70s or maybe the 80s. I'm not honestly sure. But there's the original cord that I'm not going to be using anymore on this fan. I can use it for something else. Alright, let's see what we got in here. I have two flatheads right there and right there. There's one. And two. If I can get this pulled through. Gotta be as careful as I can. Come on. Can't take this switch off. There we are. Okay. Just a real simple switch. I will be cleaning that up, spraying it down. You can see the original cloth wire in here. I have some points that I need to solder on. That one looks like it's screwed on. That one's soldered on. And that one's going to the motor. Okay. Alright, I just need to find out. What I'm gonna do now is it's got a string around here that I can take off. I don't have any cutters with me. I should have brought my knife. But what I'm going to do now, that's the disassembly. What I'm going to do now is leave that for this video. There's the disassembly. All the wires are still connected right now because I'm going to take them off one by one and actually label them on end to end so I know exactly what goes to where so I can rewire it rewire it properly. But there it is. There is the disassembly, or the electrical disassembly, not the complete disassembly, because like I said, I'm not going to be restoring this fan as far as paint is concerned, because I love the way it looks, and there's that sticker on the base. But there it is. I'm going to take care and map out my next plan, And I'll see y'all in the next video.